All right, welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be a quick one covering some tips when you're working on your Generation 1 Ridgeline power steering system. All right, so the issue started off kind of a big deal. I was going through a Christmas lights display where we were idling for a long period of time, making a lot of turns, going very slow speed, and my steering became very hard to turn and started making some noise. All right, so it's a common problem on these Ridgelines especially, and the pilots and such, that they have O-rings that are, there's a low side O-ring or an input side O-ring that's down between this plastic housing and the aluminum there, or the metal there, and then there's a high side, high pressure O-ring that's on the outlet side of the pump here. And especially on the low side, what happens is over time those things get hard and brittle, and this is a suction line. It's pulling the power steering from the reservoir. And what happens is it can start to pull air and mix it in the pump, which will make it make a lot of noise and make it not work as good. Also, these reservoirs were known to have a problem with, they have a screen in them. So this is your return line that comes from the power steering cooler after it leaves the rack, and it goes into here, and then it passes through a fine mesh screen, and it goes down, and then gets sucked back up through this hose and into the pump. So sometimes that screen can get clogged if your fluid's really dirty and there's been a lack of maintenance. So in my case, I just recently bought the Ridgeline. I had a combination of things going on. The fluid was very dirty. It was obvious that the maintenance had not been performed recently on the power steering system, and it was clogging my screen. So what happened to me is that screen was getting clogged, and it was not letting enough flow through here, so it was starving the power steering pump for fluid, which then caused the power steering pump to start to fail. That's where you don't want to be. So you can fix most of these problems before they get to be that bad. So what I did is I replaced this for about $25, this reservoir here, and then I drained and filled and flushed the system with genuine Honda power steering fluid. That's the only thing you want to use on Honda, is the genuine Honda fluid. So you can actually pick it up at your dealer, usually cheaper than you can buy the aftermarket stuff at the parts store. So just keep that in mind. In my case, I went ahead and changed that. I ended up changing the two O-rings, and it made it a lot better. I had no issues with power steering most of the time. The only problems that I had left was the damage to my pump had already been done, and when I was moving very slowly and would take my foot off the gas to make a low speed turn, say into a parking lot, when you're coming to a stop and you're making a turn into a parking lot, all of a sudden the steering would get hard for just a second. Then as soon as I touched the gas, it would blip back up and the steering would become free again. But the problem with that is when you're doing low speed maneuvers, that could cause an accident, having your steering get hard like that. So the solution for me was to replace the pump. There was nothing wrong with the power steering rack, it was just the pump. So these power steering pumps are very, very expensive, and especially if you want to buy a genuine OEM Honda one. And there's different levels. I do not recommend the Cardone ones that you get from like Advanced Auto Parts. If you can find one at Napa, it's built by BB Industries, or online someplace, those are usually a little bit better. In this case, I went for actually against my own advice, and bought a pretty cheap pump. It was about a third of the price or less than a lot of the aftermarket ones, and I'll leave a link in the description below. So this one is actually working perfect. I've had no issues. The quality looked really good when I was inspecting it before I installed it. The only reason I went ahead and took the gamble on buying this pump was because it has a warranty, and if it failed, I could return it easily. And it's not that hard to change these if you're a mechanic. If you're a DIYer at home, it's still on the scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the hardest. It's a 5 or less. I mean, there's definitely much trickier things to do on your Honda, and it's right up here on the top of the engine once you get this cover off. The hardest part, honestly, is just getting the belt off and then keeping the belt from falling down, because if the belt falls out of alignment down here, it makes it pretty tricky. So that fixed my problem. I just wanted to share that. So my main issue after I had everything good, you know, I'd flushed my fluid, was I still, low speed, I had a problem turning. It just would get hard every now and then. And then in extremely cold weather, another symptom is when you first start your Ridgeline, you may hear the pump whine for a second, just a second or two. And the reason it does that, it's kind of a really bad design on Honda's part. They put this reservoir, you can see it's way lower than the pump. And this line goes way uphill and then comes back down to go in here to get around the belts and such. Well, the problem with that is when it sits, especially in cold weather, the fluid gets much, much thicker and it kind of loses its prime since it's like having to go uphill. So gravity just takes the fluid back down. So when you start it and it's really cold and the fluid is really thick, it has to suck really hard on this tube to pull that fluid in there. And for that split second where there's no fluid in the pump, you hear that whine sound. That's not a good thing. So, but it is a somewhat normal thing. So even with my new pump, when it was down close to 0 the other day, and I first started it, you could hear that sound for a split second. I'll go ahead and show you what that sounds like since it is around 18 degrees right now. Okay, you heard it there for just a split second. That's what I'm talking about. Like I said, there's nothing you can really do about that. Everything on this system is new, so that's just, unfortunately, when it's cold, it takes the fluid a second to get in there. But it's definitely a bad design. It wasn't a good thing on Honda's part. All I really had to do was move this up higher in the engine bay to where this tube would have come across straight into it. Then obviously this pressured line coming up could just go uphill over here. So maybe in the future, I might come up with some kind of project to try to fix that issue and remount that higher. But for now, I'm not really too concerned with it. Obviously, there's a bunch of these Ridgelines that go forever as is. It's just more of an annoyance with the sound more than anything. All right, so that's pretty much all there is to it today. I just wanted to cover a few tips, tricks on diagnosing your Honda power steering system problems, kind of explain the problem I had, because, you know, when I looked around for some information on this problem, I mean, I kind of figured that I knew what the problem was, but I was looking for a little bit of reassurance in the Honda Ridgeline community. And I didn't see a whole lot of discussion about replacing the pump and that causing just my low speed problem. Usually the pumps, either they fail completely or they, you know, work. And in my case, it was just starting to not work as well at, you know, low speed. So the seals are probably starting to go bad or something internally to the pump. All right, so hopefully the video helped you out. Be sure to like and subscribe for more. Leave a comment below if you have any questions or comments. Maybe this is something that you went through or are going through right now. Be sure to leave a comment below. Again, there'll be a link in the description to the power steering supplies that I use to fix my Ridgeline. And until next time, we'll see you later.